Some people are always wondering how I'm wondering to get the Wiimote HUD on my game and on OBS with the WeTar. And today I'm going to finally show you how to do it. First, I'm going to give a shout out to Asai and J Dorad for helping me out with this. J Dorad actually did the Explorer one, while Asai helped me out on his Twitter of how to set up the Wiimote. So I'm going to show you how you can set it up, as there's right now no tutorial anywhere on YouTube. Alright, so this is what you need to have. You need to have an application called JoyToKey. And as soon as you download JoyToKey, of course install it and then launch it up. You'll be greeted with this, of course not registered profile 1. That's alright. And so, let me get the chat out of the way. My apologies. So, as you can see in the top right of the screen, you can see everything of what I have right now as it is. Of course, the buttons, the strum bar, the whammy bar, and the pause and select button. So, here's what we got. Of course, as soon as you load up the software, if you do have a Wiimote that has a RAFnet adapter, then you're perfectly set. This will automatically detect that it is connected. But just in case, go to parentheses and then click configure joysticks. And as soon as you see this, immediately click configure game controller properties. And then this is what you will be greeted to: one player WUSB mode version 2.1. Just in case, click on advanced and then preferred as the first one. And then that's it, you click OK. And then advanced settings, make sure please select device, one player WUSB mode version 2.1 connected. Alright, so this is what you have right now. Of course, beforehand, everything would be labeled as disabled. So then what you need to do is have another application called APVKP, which I will give everyone a link in the description, the file of every necessary thing you need to make this work. Alright, so once you launch it up, you need to right click on AKVKP and you need to click on editor. And this is what you will be greeted to. Let me make that smaller, no biggie. So this is what you will be greeted to if you have the regular loadout, which it will be the buttons and a strum bar. But if you want to have the select, the pause, and a whammy bar, then the layout you want is you need to click on load layout, and then you'll be greeted with a guitar, and you need to go to layouts in that file and then click guitar. And this is what you will be greeted to. If you do the regular loadout, it will show you the original one, which will be just the buttons and the strum bar. So, excuse me. So this is what you need to do. After you've loaded up the loadout, leave everything the same on AKVKP. You need to go over to JoyToKey and say, for example, I press the green button. It shows up as button 5. Ignore stick 2, that's your whammy bar. If you see button 5, I have it labeled as number 1. And then once you head over there, you need to click on your green, which will be on the far right. And keep in mind, as soon as you bring it into OBS, make sure you transform it as a mirror or as horizontal, so it could flip it normally and not be as backwards, unless you're left-handed. So once you head over to that, go to your green, which is on the far right, leave caption blank, and you need to go over to key, and you need to type in 1. And then once you head over here, you do your usual stuff. Of course, button 2 as red, set it to 2. Button 6, which is your yellow, set that to 3. Button 1 is your blue, set that to 4. And your button 9, which is your orange, set that to 5. And then once you set that up, do it exactly the same, only except you need to have it as, of course, 1, and then 2, and then 3, and then 4, and then 5. But of course it doesn't show up on here because mine's a little glitch. But if the case that does happen, just restart it up and it will fix itself. No biggie. So this is what you need to do of the strum bar. The strum bar, you actually leave it as the normal, usual up and down, as those are your arrow keys, which is right in between your number pad and your actual keyboard. So this is when you need to go over to your JoyToKey, and if you do up strum, it'll show up as button 13, and you need to have that as the arrow key up. And then once you do down strum, button 14, have that as the down strum. And then once you do that, it will be automatically set to you. As you can see on the top right of my screen, it's going perfectly right. Alright, so this is where you need to go over for the pause button, or the start, whichever one you would like to call it. Now, if you go over here and you press it down, it will show up as button 4. Set that to E, or whatever you want it as preferred, but I usually like it at E because none of my buttons in game uses E except in Clone Hero. And then once you do that, of course, the default is E. And then once you head back over here, press your select button, which you can use for star power, but as you can see, mine is disabled because I have a pedal attached to it. And if you do have a pedal, which I will bring it up right now, you see that right now if I press down on it, it shows up as button 10, which I have that set as 6. And of course, I don't have a pedal right here, so when you need to have is, of course, press your select button, which is the bigger one, and set that as a 6. Now, the whammy bar, as of right now, I have no idea how to fix that, but other than that, I will automatically put it as a space, so everything could be set as some just went wrong, but whatever. And as you can see, if I press down space, the whammy bar is going through. So, of course, now that my keys are actually going through, because some screwed up, but yeah, red, whatever stuff. But yeah, this is the easy part right here. Just map it out however you want it, and then of course, just do whatever you like to it, and then that's basically it. So that's it for AKVKP. And remember that the green is on the far right and the orange is on the far left. As you can see, the blue and red are backwards. And then once, of course, whatever you have set over here, set it exactly the same way as JoyToKey, as that will automatically detect as a Xbox controller. So if you have any questions about that, let me know on my Twitter, and then I will help you out with that. But I hope this is enough help, and I'm sorry that this took too long. I was not trying to take as much time as is this, but as of course there are no other tutorials on there. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope this was plenty enough help. Shout out to Asai and shout out to Dayrod and J-Darud, however the heck you pronounce his name. I'm just dumb. See you next time.